Hi guys, this is Ola here. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, check them out after watching this one. I talk on this YouTube channel about my life as an independent disabled person. So last week I posted a video about things that I really like about being disabled, so I'll link this video below and I'll also link it somewhere up here. But this week we are gonna be complaining. Okay, so the first point is people staring at me. I hate people staring at me. I really don't mind people coming up to me and asking about my disability. I would rather have someone ask me than just stare at me and maybe, I don't know, assume what kind of disability I have. I just don't like, when I'm walking down the street or when I'm standing somewhere in public space and people are just looking, and they're looking in this way that you know that they're staring and they're looking at my hands. So I just really don't like it. So if you ever see me in public and you wanna, talk to me or talk about my disability, ask anything, just come to me and ask me about it. I really don't mind it. All of disabled people don't like it. They don't like being asked, so don't assume that everyone is like me. But if you ever see me in public, then just come up and don't just look at me because I really don't like it. The next point would be all of the times when people were assuming that I can't do something without even letting me try to do this thing. It's just very annoying because I can do most things and people just looking at my hands when they don't usually know me, they just assume that I can't do something and they're trying to help me, which should be nice, but it's not nice. I don't see it as a nice thing because they're just assuming that I'm not able to do something even though I am. It happens most often when I'm, for example, in a shop and I'm packing all of my stuff after paying for it, and then people who work there, they're just coming up to me and saying, oh, come here, I'll help you, I'll pack it for you, or something like that. And I mean, it's very nice of them, but I can do it myself. I know I'll probably take more time, but I just want to do it myself. The next point are all of the people who don't know me, and when they try to characterize me to my friends or family, they say things like, for example, oh, Ola, the one with 4 fingers, or oh, Ola, the disabled one. That's just so annoying, I really don't like people who see only this disability in me. I understand it's probably the easiest way to kind of distinguish me from other Ola, if there is any, but it's still just it's just not nice. You can, I don't know, distinguish me from other people by saying that I have, I don't know, brown hair, or I don't know, that I'm short or something like that. You don't have to, say that I'm disabled, because even though I, don't mind people saying that I'm disabled, because I am, and that's normal, I just don't like people seeing my disability as the only thing in me. And by the way, I have all of my 5 fingers, I mean even 10. This is the proof. Look, there's 1 and there's 4. It's 5 and 10 on both hands. And the next point, which you've probably heard about before if you're watching any other disabled YouTubers or bloggers, is that I'm an inspiration because of my disability. And I'm not. I can be an inspiration for you, doing other things. I don't know what, to be honest. I can be an inspiration binging Netflix shows. I'm very good at it. But I can't be an inspiration because I was born with something. I know that people usually mean that I inspire them because I had a lot of surgeries or I had a lot of exercises, and they probably think I'm strong because of that or something like that. But I just don't really understand it, because when I was younger I had a lot of exercises, let's say once a day or something like that. Then other kids my age were doing dance classes every single day, or I don't know, painting classes or piano classes. So each of them was doing something that could be very inspiring for other people, but still people think that I am inspiring because I had surgeries, which I just don't understand. And I would really rather have people telling me that I'm inspiring because of some other reason than my disability. So the 5th point is kind of similar, because it's when people tell me that I am smarter because I'm disabled, which, okay, maybe I'm smart, but I don't want people to think that I'm smart just because I'm disabled. And I remember people telling me when I was younger that just because I am less able physically, I am more able mentally, and my brain works better. I even remember my doctor telling me that, which I don't think it's true. And even if it is true by any chance, and if you have any, research that can confirm that, I just don't like it, because I really just want people to think that I am smart just because I'm smart and not just because I'm disabled. Because that just first brings a lot of pressure on me, because I feel like I have to be very, very smart now, and I have to get good grades because I'm disabled. And on the other side, it makes me think like I'm smart just because I'm disabled and not because I'm working hard on studying or something like that. And the sixth point is the fact that I had kind of a busy childhood because of all the exercises and the trips that I had to make abroad for surgeries and for doctor's appointments. I feel like maybe I've missed out a little bit on some parts of childhood that other kids got. Like, I don't know, some extracurricular classes or something like that. I still had some, like I had piano, I had English and French classes, but I feel like maybe if I didn't have to do all the exercises and trips and surgeries, maybe I would have more time for that, and maybe I would have more time for my friends too. I also remember that I loved going to kindergarten, but when I was younger I had exercises every single day, so I had to leave kindergarten a bit earlier than other kids, and the best days were when I didn't have my exercises sometimes and I could stay longer and play with all of my friends. So I had amazing childhood. But you know what I mean? I just feel like maybe if I wasn't disabled, then maybe I would have more time for other things that I really liked. And the next point is just not being able to do some things, like play some sports or going to some activities with my friends or playing some instruments, which I think I would like to do if I was able to do them. But the range of sports and instruments that I can play is very limited just because I am not able to do some things. And I would really love to go with my friends to ice skating sometimes or for a bike trip, but I just can't. Even though I can do other things, I would still like to join them sometimes on these other activities that I just can't do because of my disability. So the next thing, which I found being kind of annoying quite recently, is the problem with transport and commuting. Because I can't ride a bike, I have to walk everywhere here where I live. And I have a driving license, but it doesn't really make sense to have a car in the city where I live, because it's just a small city. Some distances are still kind of long for walking, but they're too short for driving, if you know what I mean. So they're perfect for just cycling, but I can't ride a bike, so I kind of have to walk everywhere. And that's just tiring for me because my feet get tired more easily than other people's, and I just can't walk for a long time or stand for a long time because it just hurts my feet later. So it would be great if I could just cycle or ride a skateboard, but I also can't ride a skateboard because my balance is not too great. So the only way for me is having a car, but it doesn't really make sense to have a car now, and it's also very expensive. The ninth point is the fact that I just can't do some of the jobs. Like, even if my biggest dream was to become a doctor or paramedic or a firefighter, I just couldn't do that because of my strength and because of my abilities. And there is just a lot of different careers that I couldn't pursue because of my disability. So I kind of had to choose something that is more based on your mental abilities than on your physical abilities. Even though a few months ago I was still thinking that after I finish the course I'm doing now, which is journalism, I would go to a film school if I got in. I kind of had to decide not to do it and to look for other paths for myself, because after having some film classes at university right now, I've realized that I'm just not able enough to work with cameras and heavy equipment, but I still love filming and editing and working on videos, so this YouTube channel is kind of a way for me to do what I love. And the 10th and last point are all of the years that I've lost on hating my body, because it's true, I've spent most of my life just hating my body, trying to hide it all the time, hating the way my hands look like, and I still feel insecure sometimes, but I think I've just learned to love my body the way it is right now, and it really changed my life for much better. So I wish I had done that much earlier, and I wish I just didn't waste so many years on just hating the way I look like. Thank you all very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon if you'd like to get notifications about new videos. Leave the like if you'd like this video, and leave a comment to tell me what other videos you'd like to see on my channel, and of course what you thought about this video. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!